Here's how you play Flex in easy mode. Flex NBA has player tiles called flexagons. On the front of the flexagon, you can see a player's total confidence points or CP. On the back, you can see an NBA player's signature moves or special abilities called flexes. These flexes reduce the CP of your opponent. Your opponent is called an op. When CP drops to 0, that flexagon is taken out. Take out all your ops flexagons and you win. When playing easy mode, only 4 elements of the flexagon matter. How much CP the flexagon has, what player type the flexagon is, which is shown by an icon on the front of the flexagon, what level the flexagon is, such as rookie, basic, MVP, etc., and what other player types the flexagon is soft or ballin versus. The following elements are not used: the play action die, a flexagon's higher tier flexes and their subtexts, and FX tiles. To start, give each player 3 tokens, either overmatch tokens or dazzle tokens, and have them face up with the Flex NBA logo side facing down. These will be used as special tokens in the easy mode of this game, and work differently than how they work in the advanced mode. Get the damage tokens and put them to the side where everyone can reach them. Each player then chooses 3 flexagons they will use as their team. Try to match levels. If one player is using 2 basic flexagons and an all-NBA flexagon, then the opposing team should also have 2 basic flexagons and an all-NBA flexagon as well. For a longer game, you can consider both players choosing 5 flexagons. While hiding the flexagons from your op's view, each player selects which of the 3 flexagons will be the starting flexagon, then puts their team into a stack with the starting flexagon on top. When both players are ready, they reveal who their starting flexagon is. Both starting flexagons then get placed in the center of the game area, and the remaining flexagons get put to the side, where they are on the bench. Each player then rolls the ball die, re-rolling if there are ties. The highest rolling player takes the first turn. On your turn, you get to take one action. Your action choices are: perform a basic flex with your active flexagon against the opponent's active flexagon, or you can flip over an unused special token to the used side, where the Flex NBA logo is facing up, to perform a special move. You can perform up to 3 special moves in a game, denoted by the 3 tokens each player has. To perform a basic flex, check what player type the opposing flexagon is. Then, check the back of your own flexagon to see if you are soft versus or ballin versus that player type. If you are neither soft versus or ballin versus, then your player is normal. Then do the following: roll the ball die. If you roll a 1 through a 9, you hit. On a 10 through a 12, you miss. If you hit, you deal damage based on how strong your player is against the op. If you are normal versus the op, deal 10 damage to their CP. If you are soft versus the op, deal 5 damage to their CP. If you are ballin versus the op, deal 20 damage to their CP. If you deal damage, put the correct number of damage tokens on the op. Whether you hit and deal damage or miss and deal no damage, your turn is over. If instead of performing a basic flex, you choose to use one of your 3 special tokens, you can do one of the following. Substitution. Put your active flexagon on the bench. That flexagon keeps any damage tokens it has received. Move any other flexagon on your team from the bench to the active area. Assist. Perform a basic flex against the active op using one of the flexagons on your bench. Check the bench player soft versus and ballin versus types to determine how much damage a hit does. Splash. This is a special, very risky flex. It ignores soft versus and ballin versus player types, and you just simply roll the ball die. On a 1 through 6, you deal 30 damage to the active opponent. If you roll a 7 through 12, you miss. After you use your special move, your turn is over and it becomes the other player's turn. When a flexagon has damage that reduces their CP to 0, they are taken out. Then check the following. If the taken out flexagon's team has no more players on the bench, the opposing team wins. If the defeated flexagon's team has any remaining players on the bench, that team's player chooses a remaining flexagon to put into the active area. That same player can then flip over a used special token back to the unused side. That gives that player an extra use of a special move. If the game isn't over, the active player's turn ends after a flexagon is taken out. It then becomes the other player's turn. Repeat this until one player has no active flexagons remaining. Now, go build the greatest roster in the basketball universe and get ready to flex.